Hello friends, and welcome to an interesting video at which I will take you through certification examination in anti-money laundering and KYC, which is conducted by Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Now this is a certification which is opted by many participants, especially those who are working in banks and NBFCs and are part of KYC compliance, or are looking at money laundering related risks. So basically those who are handling profiles which cover KYC and AML related activities have interest in this certification, and they go for this particular certification program. Um, One good thing about this certification program is that it's very cost effective. I will talk about it in subsequent slides, and it helps you understand nuances of AML KYC at the same time. So that's something really good about this exam. Uh, the need for KYC and prevention of money laundering has gained ground in recent years. This has become very important because more and more people are getting included in the financial ecosystem. Financial inclusion is on rise, and customers are availing different types of services being offered by banks and financial institutions. That is the reason need for this kind of course is very much required. Okay. uh, but more important is that in spite of multiple years of working by people in banks and financial institutions in these areas, there are still challenges which are there. Let me share one news which came in Business Standard. So this particular news should act as an eye opener. You know why? Because you can see here very clearly there has been a surge in 88% in the penalties levied by RBI during last 3 years, and KYC and AML topped the violation list. Now this news came in the mid of 2024, so this should be really something which should cause or create concern even for banks and financial institutions. You know why? Because these KYC and AML processes have been in place for a very long time, but they are so fast evolving that keeping pace with them is also a challenge. So all these factors basically are relevant from the perspective of knowing these two concepts in detail. And I think that's the reason there is a course which has been created. I will take you through the details of course. First, let me tell you that why AML KYC has become very important. Uh, there are multiple reasons, some of which have been listed on this slide. So obviously they will help financial institutions prevent money laundering, terrorist financing, and other illegal activities. Illegal activities could be done where the source of origination of fund is not very clearly known, and also why that has been used. So there have been many instances in the past when terrorists have used banking and financial institutions channel to carry out terrorism. Even for 9/11, if you read, there are interesting aspects on how the money laundering weaknesses, or the prevention of money laundering weaknesses were exploited. KYC helps financial institution understand their customers. That is very important because every customer is not an individual, and even in individual it's difficult sometimes to identify the customer. If the customer is a trust or a company or any other corporate structure, it will become very difficult to find out who is actually the beneficial owner of that particular structure. And we have already seen that non-compliance has resulted into severe penalties being levied, but it also causes what is called as the reputational risk. So because of all these factors, AML KYC is very important. Now, as per IFBF, and this is something which is mentioned as part of the syllabus, that compliance with KYC guidelines and anti-money laundering standards, both of them have become necessary for healthy financial relationship both by banks and financial institutions in India. And this particular course, which has been created by IIBF, aims to provide a comprehensive coverage of various guidelines, standards, guidance notes issued by RBI, IBA, and international bodies. International bodies could be something as simple as FATF, which is Financial Action Task Force. Now, going further, let me tell you that this is an exam which is open for both members and non-members of the institute, which is IIBF. So you need not be working in a bank to write this exam. Okay, you can apply for registration with IIBF, obtain a registration. Say you are working in an IT company and you want to do this course, you can do this. There's no problem. Candidates must have passed 12th standard in any discipline or its equivalent, or candidates who have completed BC/BF examination conducted by IIBF. So BC is basically, the banking correspondent exam, which may not be relevant for you, but I'm just telling kind of for the information. The passing criteria is 60 out of 100, which means you need to get 60 marks out of 100 marks, and they are all multiple choice questions. If you are a non-member, you have to pay fee as 1600, which is not a big amount, let me tell you. Because in 1600, today in today's world you hardly get anything significant. If you are a member, then it is even cheaper, which is 1100. So that's really cheap. Now, exam is done only in English. It is remote proctored exam, which means you can be seated at your house and write the exam. There are certain guidelines, hygiene checks which have been put in place that you need to follow, which you can read on the website, and you will also get to know about it once you register for the exam. Questions will be 120 objective type for 100 marks. Exam will be held in online mode with remote proctoring only, as I have said. And the best thing is that there is no negative marks. Okay. Duration of the exam is for 2 hours. So you have ample time, okay, to complete this exam. Syllabus of the exam basically covers two things. One is anti-money laundering, and this is something which is covered in detail with many topics as have been listed here, and you can see them, and you can also go through them conveniently by visiting the website of IIBF. The second part of it is know your customer. So know your customer also has many topics. So basically, if you see, this course has good coverage. Most of it is in the Indian market context, which is also fair. Some of it has international flavor as well. So broadly a good course. Of course, this course can be made better, but then since it serves a particular purpose, it has been created and aligned accordingly, right? Where will you get the further details? So you can go to iibf.org.in, as you can see here, certificate_exam, and then you can put this for extension further, and you will reach to this where you can see what is the schedule, what is the rule syllabus, how to apply online, study books, and can you do e-learning. E-learning is also available, which is very much there, so you can also complete the e-learning. Of course, there are many YouTube videos also available on this, including on my website, that you can see. Just to let you know that I, along with my friends, have created a book which is called as MCQ on anti-money laundering and KYC. It's the Kindle edition, which is available on Amazon. We have put some practice questions here for you. You can buy them and apply for this exam. This will be a good opportunity for you to practice and prepare for this particular exam, right? So I hope this video made sense for you, and it gave you an overview of the exam conducted by IFBF. Of course, you will need to spend some time and study on your own about the various details of this exam in terms of syllabus, in terms of how to write it, how to register it. All those you will need to do. In case you have liked this video, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and also put a like for this particular video. You can share it with your friends also. Thank you so much for your valuable time.